Ah, you're awake. I would say good morning, but it's currently 11:30. Not quite midnight yet. How long have you been asleep? A couple of hours now. Though, after spending a whole day gallivanting around the capital, chasing after you from shop to shop, you certainly looked exhausted when we left the station. No, I didn't mind you resting your head on my shoulder. It was actually quite adorable to see that sleepy face of yours. Well, I didn't mind until the second hour rolled around. I think the blood is finally returning to my arm. Following that, I think I can say it's going to be a pain to remove that stain from my uniform where you've been drooling, too. No, don't apologize. It was well worth it, I suppose. We haven't had many opportunities as of late to be close like this. Oh, just look at you. You don't even notice it yourself, do you? Drool all over your face. Gosh, it's almost like looking after a puppy. An adorable one at that. There, now you're in a presentable state. Why did we have to return so late? It was at your mother and father's behest. They only allowed you to go in the first place because I was so adamant that I would look after you as your escort. The conditions were that I accompany you on your little shopping trip for the day, and the day only, whilst your parents will be staying in the capital for a week on official business. Those were the conditions. You agreed to them. I know you would have loved to spend more time together. A date? No, it wasn't a date. Our day out was merely circumstantial. As I said, your parents would be going to the capital regardless. Yes, your mother was summoned to the Imperial Palace for counsel regarding the recent border crisis. Once again, a petty dispute with our neighboring nations has sent the noble houses into a frenzy. Small skirmishes breaking out due to houses acting independently from official state procedures, increasing foreign demands for immediate talks at the embassy. What is the world coming to? Yes, I remember. But it wouldn't be the first time a member of the Imperial Council has gone to the press to talk about their support for full mobilization. It's absurd to even think about in this day and age. Your father, on the other hand, is doing what your father always does. Indeed, he'll be overseeing his most recent protégés at the Imperial College of Engineering. Though, I'm glad he's keen on pushing advancements in the automobile rather than weapons of war. Such barbarism. It's not like my opinion matters on this anyway. I'm just a butler. I know. I'm more than just that to you. I apologize. I shouldn't be talking about these things. I'm aware that it upsets you due to your cousin's current predicament. Come, rest your head on my shoulder again. I didn't say hold on to my hand, too, but I guess it can't be helped. I must say, I did enjoy today with you. It's not often we get to experience the hustle and bustle of city life, do we? And all the shops had everything you wanted. I'm sure you have enough typewriter ribbons now to last you the next few years. Then we had afternoon tea at the Grand, didn't we? It was interesting to have me being served for once, rather than me doing the serving. I would have done so if you had asked me to, but you insisted that I treated myself for once. No, I was quite surprised, actually. Both of us weren't dressed for the weather, were we? I forget that the capital is further north, and it was dreadfully cold. All the snow is cleared from the nearby towns and mountains near the castle, so to see the streets lined with snow was quite a shock. I can't recall. Did you buy anything else whilst we were out? Just a few things for your siblings. That makes me wonder. I hope the rest of the house staff are managing without your mother and father. Your younger siblings can be, let's just say, a bit excitable. I can imagine that the major domo must be tearing his hair out amongst the chaos. The little hair he has left, that is. What did I buy? Oh, sorry. I was reading the book I bought this afternoon whilst you were asleep. I completely forgot about it when you woke up. What's it about? It's actually about a locomotive. Well, specifically, a murder on one. In summary, a big party is hosted on a locomotive much like this one. During the course of the event, an attendee is murdered. Turns out it was quite an important celebrity who had connections with all the other attendees. It's up to the detective to figure out who the killer is out of the remaining passengers. Oh, I got up to the part where the detective is questioning the butcher and the poet. Such peculiar characters. I have to admit, whilst I do quite like reading it, the characters are a bit eccentric. Anyways, that's enough worrying about what I'm doing. If my pocket watch is on time for once, we have just under an hour before we arrive. If it was light outside, we could see the valley, but it's pitch dark and we can only see our reflections. Not like that's a bad thing. We get to look at us together, right? Speaking of us, do you know what you want to do yet? Oh, my. You get to spend a week as head of the household and you haven't even made plans on how to abuse your power yet? If it was one of your siblings, they'd be having tea parties every day. And I'm sure some would try and sneak some wine out of the cellar, too. Me? You just want to spend it with me? I'm honored. But just because we are going to be under less scrutiny, it doesn't mean we can publicly flaunt this secret relationship of ours. Oh, don't look at me like that. You'll break my heart. I take each day I have with you as a blessing, despite the limitations of my station and the limitations of myself. But when I see you first thing each morning, my stomach flutters. When you look over to me when we cross in the hallway, I just want to run over and hold you. Seeing you have so much fun today, I was walking around with this idiotic grin on my face. You complete me, and we deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. Although, on that note, I did make backup plans if you didn't have anything planned for this week. It will allow us to have some more time to ourselves without anyone raising any eyebrows. So, on Monday, I've scheduled fencing practice at 12 for an hour. Including the preparation time, it should give us an hour and a half together. Then on Tuesday, I can arrange for the horses to be readied so I can take you riding down to the lake. Just the two of us. Is something the matter? Why are the things I have planned so active? No, I'm not jealous that you would probably spend your time at the typewriter if you just stayed in your quarters. We had that conversation months ago. Is that not the problem? Oh. I don't understand. Why do you want to laze around in bed all day? Because my ideas are stupid. Come now, there's no need to be so juvenile to throw insults around like that. You don't like them because you'd only spend a couple of hours with me. Well, if we spend any longer together, then I'm just concerned people might get the wrong idea. Well, the right idea. You know what I mean. Huh? What you're suggesting is absurd. What do you mean, what? The idea that we would spend more time together if I lazed around in bed with you is like asking me to put my finger in a mousetrap. What if someone walks in? What do I even say? Oh, sorry, I tripped whilst changing the bedding and ended up butt naked with the heir to the family we're obliged to serve. I'd have my head on a spike in a matter of days. You just meant to be together in your quarters. Never mind. My mind was just whisked away by your absurd suggestion. And into the gutter, it seems. It's not like you meant it like that anyway. As you know, I'm just a butler. You've changed your mind about me being in your quarters. What do you... Whoa, wait. There's no need to stare at me so intensely. If you stare any longer, I can feel your eyes burning into me. Besides, I don't appreciate being pinned down like this. Yes, I know you can feel my heart thumping like it's going to burst out of my chest. You like feeling it. Why? It means that I'm excited. Oh, please. If I knew you'd start acting like this, I would've... I don't know what I would have done. Nothing. I'm surprised you have the energy for this, despite being a drooling mess earlier. But perhaps I'm the one who's fatigued here to let myself fall into this trap. Where do you think you're putting that hand? I suggest removing it. I would have expected better of you, rather than committing yourself to pinning your butler down on a dirty floor. You see me as a commoner you can have your way with. No, I refuse. I may lack the prestige of your noble family, but I have self-respect. And if I'm supposed to be your partner, I expect to be treated with a bit of class. Besides, I know you. You would prefer it to be like this. Oh my, a quiver? How timid of you. What happened to the bravado just then? Seeing you like this reminds me of when you first came to me on that winter's night. How long has it been since we last danced? But right now, it's your heart that's thumping, like I'm tap dancing on your chest. Just like this. Tap, tap, tap. Huh? Oh, no need to worry about us. We just dropped some luggage, that's all. No need to come in. I have it all under control. I recommend we remove ourselves from the floor before we get caught like this. You've also graced my uniform with a disgusting layer of dust. Though the same can be said about your attire, too. Finished having your fun with me yet? No. Well, I suggest that you do finish. We'll be pulling into the station soon. Then we'll have the carriage ride back to the castle. You need to calm down. Very well. Sit down next to me. Yes, come. Sit down like we were before. There. Good. Now, what I want to do is stroke your hair whilst we wait. Yes, my mother used to do this to me, and it always calmed me down. Now I would like to do that for you. There, there. You're holding onto my arm so tightly. You won't be letting me go tonight, will you? Very well. It seems like I can't stay away from you, too. I'll stay with you, just for tonight. Luckily for me, I know the castle hallways like the back of my hand. And by the morning, no one would even know I was there. I'm scheming again. You know me, a butler of many talents, a dancer, and a lover, just to name two. Shh. Rest for now. I'll be right here. Man, you gotta love a murder mystery that takes place on a train. Hold on, I'm gonna go get Grenifer. Grenifer will know what to do. Secretly, Grenifer is the most intelligent being on the planet. It is known. Seems weird to have a plushie of a manatee. They don't have any fur.